All right, well, got back from 2-week vacation in Europe. Had a wonderful time. Pedro, one of my good friends, has a house just outside of Lisbon, Portugal, and we spent a week in Portugal and a week in Croatia. It was phenomenal, a great experience, but I'm glad to be back. Glad to get out and do some diving on the rebreather, which I did on Saturday, and then connected with some other friends on Saturday to do more of a recreational dive. La Jolla Shores, as always, did not disappoint. There were a ton of marine life just hanging out at around 100 feet. Temperatures at 100 feet was fairly warm, 61 degrees. Didn't dip into the 50s, which was really nice. And in the shallows, definitely got into the low 70s. So first dive was more of a rebreather dive and just getting more time on my rebreather before I take my next class. And then Sunday was more recreational diving as we descend here. We did a more deeper descend on Sunday, kind of dropped in just before the canyon's ledge as we went right over. Descended in the kelp grass and of course a ton of shrimp, rockfish, and a nice size horn shark. My buddies the octopus were out and about. We saw a number of them. They were pretty much everywhere, and I did enjoy videotaping them. Of course, the family of sheephead was hanging about in the usual spot, and there were a ton of these juvenile sea urchins. Here's my buddy, the octopus. And I think we interrupted these octopus doing something that I think they needed a room for. Love these anchovies at the very end of our first dive. They were just kind of hanging out in the thousands. Dropped down again on our second dive, did the usual dive down to the canyon's ledge to about 100 feet. And this time, instead of going north, we went south. And once again, temperatures still the same. Never dropped down below 50. It was hovering around 51-ish. And there were, again, the same usual critters, the humans. All joking aside, there were a lot of divers. But again, octopus, rockfish, some nudies, and definitely a ton of anchovies. Hope to see you down below. Get out to dive.